Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to share a really quick video with you on this Friday morning, and I want to preface this by saying I'm not making this video to slight anybody or put anybody down, or even to remotely put ourselves on any kind of pedestal whatsoever. But what I want to talk about, I want to share a couple things that I've learned from having made my own mistakes. I have plenty of them, as well as mistakes that I'm starting to see that other people are making as well. So I just want to preface it with all that stuff up front. Today I want to talk about standards of quality. There are so many of us making Kydex holsters. They're really fun to make. It's a fantastic hobby. But one thing that should be at the forefront of everybody's mind who's forming Kydex in their home or in their own small business is that the first thing that this is, before it's fun, before it's cool, before it's a source of income, is that it is life-saving equipment, period. People will be using your holster to carry their gun in the event that they may need it to save their lives. And that is the top priority, period, among beyond, far and well beyond everything else. So the quality and care and commitment that you put into these products may save somebody's life. And if you skimp on that, it might not save their life. They might have paid you their money, the money that they worked for your craftsmanship and the reliance upon you that this will be a durable, life-saving piece of equipment. And if it is not, that is wholly unacceptable across the board. Now, I'm making this video because there was a small mix-up this morning. Somebody returned a holster to us under warranty with the expectation that it would get repaired. However, it turned out not to be our gear. And we were looking at it, and it's stuff that I definitely made mistakes in this area when I was starting off, but I wanted to go over them. I have no idea who made this, and if it's yours, if you're watching, I'm certainly not making this video to put you down or discourage you at all, or anybody for that matter. If these points hit home for you, it is certainly not a slight at all. And I just wanted to go over a couple things that I would like to see. I mean, as though I'm entitled to see it, but I want to go over a couple issues that I think are important for folks who are starting to get their holsters out there, and things that just absolutely have to be accomplished, in my opinion, in your gear in terms of it being a durable, life-saving solution. The first issue is that absolutely no part of your holster that mounts it to your belt should be made out of anything less than 125 thousandths thickness. If it's 93 thousandths, if it's 80 thousandths, it will absolutely fail, especially if it is something that needs to flex as part of its function. Anytime you make something out of 80 thousandths that has to flex like that, it will absolutely fail, period. Do not sacrifice robustness for slimness. It's only slightly thicker to make something out of 125 thousandths versus 80 thousandths, but a solution like this, when employed correctly, will last much longer. That's not to say that we haven't seen these fail occasionally from improper use or what have you, but their rate of failure is extremely slim as the result of their robustness, and it doesn't add enough bulk that it's worth sacrificing the robustness, period, at all. The other issue is, and that goes to this as well. This apparently has distended to the point where it no longer retains the magazines. If it has to be thicker in order to be more durable, then that's what it has to be. Repeated flexing, repeated exposure to heat, things can change. Things break in, they wear in, and they change over time. If you're going to have something that mounts to a belt at all, it needs to be sturdy, and there's no reason to scrimp or sacrifice on that. I mean, this is a cool design. This is a really neat, small little thing, and I think it's a really cool idea. But as we've seen from even bigger companies like I think like Blade Tech that have a design similar to this, everybody I know who's got one has had to get it replaced, at some point as a result of this sort of thing failing. There are a myriad of great solutions. If you don't want to have to buy extra 125,000s, or if you don't want to have to spend time forming it, companies like G-Code and Index Fasteners offer really good injection molded solutions. They cost more, but they're injection molded and therefore designed to flex the way you need them to flex, or designed to be sturdy the way you need them to be sturdy. And it is a quality component. It might cost a little bit more money. These are custom handmade things. If you got to spend a little bit of money to make them a little bit better, or to make them a lot better, do it. And do not sell your customers short. Other issues in terms of taking care with something. If you're you don't absolutely have to buff your holsters. You can sand them really nice, as long as they're not like sharp and jagged. If you're gonna make the commitment to buff the entire thing. It shouldn't be unbuffed and buffed in some places, and just like have some high standards for yourself. Don't just rush it out the door. One of the reasons that we're so backlogged is because we really, really give a shit about every little thing that we make. Even if it's a magazine carrier, if we're not happy with it, it goes in the scrap. Come here, look at our scrap pile. Things that we're waiting to reheat that did not go out the door. This one almost went out the door, but there are small things with it that we're not happy with. Just the number of things that are slightly inconsistent that we scrap. Don't be afraid to have really high standards, because the standard that you're holding these to is the life of the person who's carrying it. So make sure that, if you're going to care about it, really care about it. You can feel free to not buff them. The buff is just it's a cosmetic thing. But if you're going to do it, do the whole thing. Don't leave some parts out. Additionally, think about how somebody's going to wear this. This is my personal shield skeleton. This is the one that I wear every day, or with the days that I carry a shield. There is nothing sharp or pointed on any area that might dig into me. This, however, if you've already done the work to smooth other parts of this holster out, there's no reason not to take a little consideration, appreciate that a human being is going to be carrying this, and that, human beings have sensitive flesh from about their nipples to their knees. And that's where the gun's going to go. So have quality standards. Be really, really, really happy and proud of everything that goes out of your shop. Not just from the novelty of, wow, I made something and somebody paid me for it, because that's really cool. And that gives you a lot of momentum and a lot of inertia, and it keeps you moving forward. But are you really, really, really happy with it? Would you pay somebody else money, real money, for the things that you just made this other person? Additionally, this pistol carries excess big dot sights. A lot of people use aftermarket sights of a variety of heights. What you'll see here is that there is zero clearance for that. Take into consideration the needs of your customers. Your customers may have aftermarket sights. This will, there's no clearance for any sights here. This will shred the inside of the holster after a period of time. If you're going to build a holster, it's really nice to have more than one single screw holding it together. Remember, you're making life-saving equipment. Is one screw good enough for somebody's life? Just think about it in terms of that. Is this good enough to save somebody's life? Is this going to work for them when they need it to work? We've been fortunate enough to have a lot of quality feedback from people all around the world, and we know for a fact that our holsters have saved people's lives. There are people who have used our holsters to save their life or the life of another person, and we take their feedback and put it into every single thing that we make, and those people are at the forefront of our minds every single time we put, from the minute that we take the Kydex out of the box to the minute that we wrap it up and ship it. And that's what I think you should take that kind of information and set your own personal standard with it. However, I think that it's important, since there's so many of us, and since we're, widely unregulated, there's no like, hey, here's how you have to make a holster and it fits the following guidelines and it needs to fit, these, government standards or whatever. Let's hold ourselves to a higher level of quality. Don't design failure into your holster. Don't design compromise into your holster. And make sure that when you put it in somebody's hand and they pay you for it, you are 100% confident that it will work for them at the worst possible moment of their life. So, like I said, I didn't make this video to put anybody down or slight anybody or slag on anybody's gear. I wanted to express something that had been on my mind, and I think since we kind of have a responsibility to put this message out there, since we started a lot of people down their own path in terms of making this gear, and I wanted to share that, put that in your minds, light that little fire in your bellies to get you thinking about that a little bit more. So thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome weekend, and enjoy.